like a weird mindset right now, so I just felt like I needed to record. To just say something. I don't even know why I'm like fidgeting with my hair. This is just what I look like. This is just who I am. I'm having trouble coming to terms with how other people perceive me. Which is not my business. But in a way it is. I'm having trouble perceiving myself in a way that I should be and not taking what other people are perceiving to heart. Because other people perceive me in a different way that I don't like, or in a way that I used to be. And I know that I've changed, and I know that I'm different, and I know that I'm not that same person, but I still feel like people don't know me. Or they don't see the whole, like, picture like I do. They just see, like, pieces and little inklings of what the picture could be, but never really look at it. It's like being in an art museum and just, like, not even looking at any of the art. Being in an art museum and just walking through. Just glancing at things, not even taking them in. That's what it feels like being a trans person. People not taking you seriously. People not believing in you the way you believe in yourself. And sometimes that makes you not believe in yourself. I want to feel better a lot of the time. And I try. And I do constructive things to try to, like, feel better, to try to make myself feel better. Draw, I write things down, I write music, I meditate, I do all these fucking things. And sometimes that does not make me feel better. And I'm still stuck in this void of being a person who has to deal with themselves. I hate dealing with myself. If I could put that off if I could put it off, I would. I don't want to do it a lot of the time. And at the end of the day, when I do it, I do feel better because I dealt with that thing. I'm that thing. Because I dealt with myself and I dealt with the problem that I put myself through. Or the problem that I needed to perceive. Or something in that form. I am so flawed in so many ways. I look like a girl. I believe I look like a girl. I want to say I look like a girl. But sometimes other people don't see that. And they don't see me as a woman. And maybe I don't sound like a girl. But when I listen to myself, I feel like I sound feminine. I feel like I sound like a girl. But other people still tend to not see me in that way. And it frustrates me so deeply down to my core why other people can't see my art. Can't see who I am, see who I'm made, see who I developed myself into being. I struggle with myself and the fact that other people can't see me. Because I finally found out who I am and who I want to be and where I want to go in my life. And other people don't see it like I do. It's like they're not even reading the same book. They're not even looking at the same painting. They're not even looking at me. They're looking through me. They're looking what I used to be, what my past was. Not who I am now in the present. Because that's much more interesting. The past is much more interesting. What did you do? What have you accomplished? What have you not accomplished? What have you fucked up on? That's much more interesting to people. They don't give a fuck about what you look like now. They don't give a fuck about who you are as long as they know who you were. They have valid proof there of you being a fucked up person, of you being a different gender, of you being something that you're not, being something that you're not now, being something that you were, doing something that you would have done in your past. That's much more interesting than being like, what are you doing now? What is your life like? How is it like being a woman? How is it being a person? They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck how you're feeling. How did you feel? How was it? How this, that, and the other thing. They don't want to know shit. And especially in the dating scene. In my dating life, it's fucking trash. Because I'm very pansexual. I'm very, like, sexually fluid. And I like men. And I like women. And I gravitated towards men more because I felt like I needed some sense of security because I have issues. I have parental issues and I have abandonment issues. Bad. When I was 21, I got disowned. And immediately after being disowned, I got into a relationship. I put my heart and soul into somebody. And back when I was a gay person, it was easier for me to get into a relationship because there wasn't a fetish around me. There were people that were in the closet that are down low, that are a part of this hookup culture that are fucking terrible. People that just want your reaction, but you don't want to give it to them, so you don't. So you don't even talk to them. You don't even message them. But the people that actually want to connect with you, they're the monsters. Because then they get into your head and then they're like, hi, I love you because of this and that and that. And you're like, yeah, I do have all those things. Like, you looked at my piece of art, and so I love you for that. And I need to not love everybody who is looking at my art. I can appreciate that they appreciate me without having to fall in love with them. Regardless of what I was going back to, it's really hard for me to date. I'm a woman who was a boy who was trapped in a fucking body. I'm still trapped in this body. I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, I was trapped as a gender role. And I could not get out of that gender role. In my 20s, I was super, like, gender fluid. And in my first relationship, I was gender fluid. Because after I got disowned, I was like, nah, fuck that shit. Fuck gender roles. I'm gonna dress like a woman. And I'm gonna dress differently. So I had masculine aspects and I had feminine aspects. And I just took care of those things. I had bad days where I felt super masculine and I wanted to be feminine. And I had bad days where I felt like I wasn't good enough. Now that I am a woman, I see myself as a woman, and these people can see me as a woman. These women, these men who now are looking at me and looking at my past. Not even looking at me. Not seeing my whole picture, not seeing my truth, not seeing who I am as a person, not seeing the artist in me. They're just seeing the art that I have now. They're seeing a half-finished project. Because I'm not completely transitioned. Because I'm not to a standard that people think trans people should be at. They think you're a whole woman if you have a vagina. No, I was a whole woman before I started taking hormones. I was a whole woman when I realized that I was trans. I was a whole woman when I was praying to God when I was 16 in my basement bedroom, bawling my eyes out, saying, please make me a girl. Let me wake up as a girl tomorrow, please. I'm not half of a woman now because I don't have a vagina. I'm not half of a woman now because I don't have facial feminization surgery. I'm not half of a woman now because I don't have big, perky fucking tits. I'm a whole woman. Regardless of what anybody wants to say. Regardless of how I look on the outside, I am working on myself hard. Really hard. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Men want me because they want to fetishize me and make me something gross, and I don't fucking like it. They just want to know that I have this thing and it's sexy to them and it turns them on and it's weird. And I don't like that. I don't like being treated like that. So I don't go towards men like that. I'm not like into it because they're like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, that's fucking gross. Talk to me like a person. Like, don't be like, oh, I like trans girls. They're really sexy. Like, that's not the way you start off a conversation. Like, you don't have to say that. I like women. Women are beautiful. Like, don't treat me like I'm not a woman. Don't treat me like I am a section of being a woman outside of being a woman. That is something that you have to be attracted to. Straight men can be attracted to women. I am a woman. Therefore, you can't subsection me into being a trans woman. Don't subsection me. Like, that's not who I am. I'm not a subsection. I'm not a subculture. I'm not a T in the LGBT. I am a person. I'm a human being. At the end of the day, I am all those things. But I am a woman. And men don't like to treat you like that. And then women, I can get emotionally invested in. And I can open up and talk to them. And we'll just have conversation and whatever. And if I'm talking to a girl who likes girls, which is what I am, they're like, you're very beautiful, this, that, and the other thing, but I can't get past it. I can't get past the fact that you have that thing. Because most lesbians are very, fuck penis, we don't need it. Like, that's just the way it is. Most lesbians don't want anything to do with it. Which is fine with me because I don't want anything to do with it either, but like sexually that's not where I go. Like, I don't want to have to base my relationship on a sexual relationship, but at the end of the day, if I'm with a woman who wants a woman, I'm going to have the thing that they want, and I don't. For them to be completely satisfied in a relationship, I don't. And I don't have that for the straight men either, who don't see me as a woman, who see me as a subsection. I just don't have that thing, and even if I do connect with them emotionally, sexually, they're always going to need something else that they think they need. I'm stuck because of the perception of others to me. Because I just want to be seen as a human being. I just want to be loved as a human being. I want to love a human being, regardless of their gender, regardless of their body parts and their stupid, like, thoughts they have in their mind at fucking 4 a.m. I know I shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. I'm happy with me. I'm happy with the way I'm turning out. I'm happy with the way I'm raising myself, with the way I'm parenting myself. I don't need anything from anybody else. But I still want that. I still want a relationship. I still want somebody to care about me. Because I have fucking abandonment issues that I need to work through. But I think this is what this is. Me filming, me really getting my thoughts out there. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even have good lighting. I'm just sitting on a fucking couch, smoking weed, talking shit. I'm a Pisces, get over it. I'm lazy. I just got out of work. I just worked a whole 10-hour shift. Went to the grocery store. I want to be treated like a human. A lot of people do that. A lot of my friends do that. Even a lot of my family does. And they treat me like a woman, like a granddaughter, like a niece. And it feels nice. It makes me really happy to know that people can understand that I wasn't supposed to be a boy, or that I'm not comfortable as a boy. It makes me happy to realize that somebody knows that I'm taking these hormones, I'm doing these things, and that means I'm this other thing now. I want to start doing more of this. Just sitting down and talking.